Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel, coming at you with some more fitness and weight loss related content. In this video, we are going to discuss lower body training, weight training for the legs, running, and the benefits of running and training your lower body. If you are too fat to run, you've definitely come to the right video, because just 3 years ago, I was also too fat to run, and I had to actually lose 50 pounds before I could run comfortably without just destroying my joints. If you cannot run yet, the best exercise to do is walking. I did 2 to 3 hour walks every single day as I was leading up to starting running. All right, we are going to come back with more running later in the video, but here is some weight training, setting up the piece of equipment there for some leg extensions. So about 3 years ago, I weighed 260 pounds and I'm 5'8". Today I weigh 175 pounds and therefore I have lost 85 pounds. It is very important to train the lower body because the glutes and the quads are huge muscle groups. And if you can get those to be strong and muscular, well, one, you're going to produce a lot more testosterone, which circulates through your whole body, right? So big, strong legs tend to create big, strong arms, right? So total body training, upper and lower. Here are some leg extensions. Now, some other exercises I like are deadlifts and weighted squats. However, those are not really for beginners. Like if you've never lifted weights before in your life, you can't just deadlift a heavy weight, okay? Because chances are you might injure your back, you know? So those are things to keep in mind, and maybe start studying the YouTube gurus on the correct form for deadlifting and weighted squats. But if you've never lifted before, I would recommend starting slowly. Like just pick up some heavy dumbbells and just walk like carefully, like back and forth across your living room, you know, just to get used to putting weight on those leg muscles. Now this piece of equipment here, it's 20 years old, it's very wobbly, and it is not adjustable, right? So I have to sit in a certain way to kind of fit the length of my legs into this non-adjustable equipment. I do not go to a gym, right? I don't have access to gym equipment, so I do the best I can, right? But these clips were just representative of some weight training for the legs. All right, this is not a nutrition video, but I am going to include just a little bit about it because, as I mentioned, I had to lose 50 pounds before I could even start running. So how did I do that? Well, see, there I'm making a cucumber salad. You have to eat stuff like this. Also, I took long walks, so stay active. But you have to create a caloric deficit by eating low-calorie yet very healthy food. There I have peppers, cucumbers, onions, some vinegar. You know what to do. Use your common sense. You cannot expect to lose weight if you're eating from a fast food drive-thru or from a DoorDash, you know, pizzas, ice cream, donuts, buckets of fried chicken, McDonald's. Throw all that crap away. Stop poisoning yourself. Replace it with high-fiber, low-calorie vegetables and small amounts of lean protein and create a caloric deficit. The bigger the deficit, the faster you can lose the body fat and get on with your life and get into the adding muscle phase of fitness. All right, let's talk about the benefits of running. All warriors need to be able to run. Okay, the Navy SEALs, the Army Rangers, the Marines. You will never find an elite modern warrior who cannot run all day through a swamp or through the sand. To be a warrior, you must be able to run. Another benefit is the cardiovascular benefits. Your heart is a muscle. Running is one of the best ways to exercise that muscle. As they say, never skip heart day. Running also increases your O2 max, right? Your lung capacity. Are you tired of basically getting winded when you go up and down the stairs? I know when I was obese, I mean, that got old real quick. Now, I can run for 60 minutes, right, and be fine. So it helps your heart and your lungs. In fact, even if running did not benefit your legs at all, it would still be worth it as just the best way, or one of the best ways, to work out your heart and lungs. Cardiovascular fitness is very important. You don't want to just be some guy that can lift a car, but you know, you can't run for 20 seconds without doubling over and huffing and puffing. right? You don't want to be unbalanced. So you have to be able to run if you want true health and true well-rounded functional fitness. Another benefit of running, especially for weight loss, is it helps to burn calories, helps to burn fat, and it raises your metabolism. As I said, I had to lose 50 pounds in order to start running, but let me tell you, once I was able to start running, it really jump-started the loss of the following 35 pounds. It's like those pounds, they flew off. And part of that was because with 30 minutes of running, I could get as much exercise as I got with 2 hours of walking, simply because my running was so much more intense than the walking. It saved me a lot of time, right? And it really bumps up your metabolism significantly. Another benefit of running is the muscular development of your legs. Now, if you do a lot of like long distance running, like running marathons, your leg muscles will tend to become extremely dense, but they will be relatively compact. If you do sprinting and sprinting up hills and stuff like that, well, sprinters tend to have larger leg muscles. And if you do both like distance running as well as sprinting and hills, and you add weight training, well, then your leg muscles will tend to be both dense as well as large. Now, if you want your leg muscles to be truly huge, now you're getting more into the bodybuilding side of things. Now, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't care if my legs are like gigantic, right? But I just like to have strong functional legs that can run and also that can kick very hard as well. One thing I should mention, when I was too fat to run, I also did ride a bicycle regularly. So that's another good thing to work up to it. If you're too fat to run, you can usually still ride a bicycle. So bicycling is always a fun activity to do. Now, me personally, I do fasted running, right? I do intermittent fasting. So when I'm running, I have not eaten for about 14 hours before the running. So I actually do fasted running. I'm not suggesting that you do that. That's something you have to work up to gradually. So before you do that, try eating half of what you would normally eat before, and then a quarter, and then maybe try fasted running, fast for 2 hours before, then maybe 4 hours, gradually increase it, and also start with very short runs. Like if you're fasted, just see how it feels to run for 10 minutes and then gradually increase that. That's if you're interested in doing fasted running. But yeah, I actually fast for like 14 hours before I run. Of course, 8 of those hours are just my normal sleep, right? But still, and the reason I do fasted running is because it enhances fat loss. Once I burn through my glycogen, then I'm into pretty much directly burning fat with the running. So that's why I probably lose a lot more when I exercise than most people. Most people are just burning what they ate, so they're kind of like breaking even in that regard, but I'm actually burning fat when I run. I also do my weight training for the legs before running, and then I top it off with the running. So, for example, those leg extensions you saw, I actually did those before a run, right? And I do deadlifts and weighted squats and things like that also before I top it off with running. And what that does is gets my heart rate really high for the run, and it also pre-fatigues the muscles and burns up some glycogen even before the run. Now, don't do that if you're running a race. If you're running a race, eat something for energy and be well rested, okay? But I'm not running a race. Fast forward, to the end of the run, waving to you. What's up? What's up, my brothers? All right, got some weights there. But yeah, like this exercise I'm going to show you, I did this before a run. All right, and like I said, I don't race, okay? If you're racing, you'd have to do it totally differently. All right, what I'm doing here is just walking up and down the stairs with my heaviest dumbbells. We got the 55s, and if I had some heavier dumbbells, I'd probably use them, but they've gotten they're like crazy expensive now. So if you've never lifted weights in your life and you're a total beginner, what I would recommend is just starting slow and simple. Get whatever your heaviest dumbbells are, and just lift them, and then just walk back and forth, either like across your living room or maybe your driveway. And then you can progress to going up and down stairs while holding the weights. And this is all just to get your legs and your leg muscles used to bearing extra weight, right? And as I said, you should have an eye towards building up to deadlifting and weighted squats, right? But if you're a beginner, you probably do not have a squat rack in your house, although you could squat with dumbbells at first, So yeah, look those up on YouTube and have an eye towards progressing to those classic bodybuilding type lower body stuff. But in the meantime, I'd recommend just walking and stepping with some dumbbells. Now, you probably don't have 55-pound dumbbells, so just use whatever you have. Like if you just have really light ones, just do more repetitions and then gradually work up to like heavier weights. Now, this type of exercise, as I said, it pre-fatigues the muscles. It'll get your heart rate up. It's not bad for your arms either, because you're having to hold it actually works your forearms too, because you should keep a strong grip at all times, okay? That'll benefit your forearms. Now, if you do the stairs, if you do 2 stairs with 1 step, then you're doing more of a stepping lunge, right? So this is going to be sort of a stepping lunge, right? 2 steps in 1. Now that's something that you can work up to, Now I actually do have a small injury on my knee. You see that like swollen part on my knee there? But I assure you it's pretty much cosmetic, because it just doesn't really affect my ability to exercise in any way. But yeah, I do get swelling on tendons and ligaments on my legs sometimes, and that is simply because I was obese for too long, and when you're obese and your tendons and ligaments have to work too hard, they become a little bit deformed. But luckily for me, that swelling is only occasional, and like I said, doesn't really affect my ability to exercise. But I do take vitamin C and echinacea to help minimize swelling and inflammation. So after my run, I found this piece of equipment on the field. I think it's a football. I think it's like a tackle dummy for football. So I started beating the crap out of it. I think it's important to be creative and have fun, and to take any opportunity for a little bit of exercise, and hey, a little bit of stress relief as well. I remember when I was a little kid, we had a toy that was like this. Like you could punch it and it would stand back up, so you could keep punching it. So I guess this is like the adult version of that toy, but I had fun. And one benefit of lower body exercises is you can kick a hole through someone's ribs if you have to. All right, let's go out with the salad. So I hope you enjoyed this video. My fitness content is about lifestyle, and it's about mindset. It is not meant for dumb jocks, and it's also just not meant for pussies that want to make excuses. So it's meant for the people who really want change. All right, so subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out my fitness playlist. And if you want to support content like this, do some shopping through the links provided below this video in the text description box. All right, this has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.